got a very particular sound.
George has
No, his voice is very particular. Ezra's definitely got a particular sound.
I was going to say, George
And it's not for me.
Right, I'm ready, yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the Indie Room, where today I've found myself being invited to this lovely little warehouse, sort of rehearsal studio here. I'm joined by the Ellipsis, one of Coventry's top up-and-coming bands, so thank you for being here.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
I'm delighted you've decided to allow me into your space. First off, who's who and who plays what, just for those who don't know?
Okay, me first. I'm John, I play guitar and backing vocals.
I'm Henry, I'm the lead singer.
I'm Alex and I play the drums, part-time flute.
I'm Harry, I play the bass.
Always a drummer joke.
Yeah, always a drummer joke.
Cool, so, well, first thing is, the most recent thing that was on your calendar was the Freshers' Fest that you played at Coventry University, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I do have some inside knowledge from when I talked to you before that two of you didn't finish uni that long ago. So how was that gig for you, and did it bring back any memories of university at all? Or?
Yeah, it was wicked. It was me and John are the people in question that have just graduated at Cov, and it was in Square One, which is the right centre of Cov Uni. So it was wicked. It was a really good gig, really good for sort of the local scene, everyone arriving, and it was a great turnout. So can't really complain.
So Coventry University you went to as well? Yeah?
Yes, Cov Uni. Yeah, I did English and John did music. Yeah.
Cool, perfect. Right. So I also found out through your Twitter page that you met a fan there.
Oh goodness.
Who had apparently travelled 700 miles from France to be there.
Big up
so
Lucy.
What's the story behind that, and how did that
John.
sort of make you feel? How did it make you feel knowing that someone's that committed to the Ellipsis?
Well, it's kind of like a long-winded, like, really niche story, but I posted a cover of a band called Cherry Bomb on YouTube. This was like 2012 maybe, or something. And she found that, and then through my YouTube found my Twitter, through my Twitter found the band, and then followed us for about 4 years, and then I ended up tweeting like something about bread, that I just really like bread on Twitter, and she was like, do you want me to bring a baguette over to the gig? And I was like, yeah, sure, that'll make my day. And like, didn't expect her to, but she brought a full-on baguette. Like,
Did she?
From France.
From France, yeah. It doesn't get any fresher than that.
No, it was still soft. Yeah, I ate the whole thing. And
Real French bread.
yeah, no, we all love Lucy. Yeah, she's a really good person.
And did you ever expect anything like that to happen when you started the band, considering it's...
I don't think it was even in our realms of like...
It's
that
still
that was
not.
even possible.
It's still not, is it?
Yeah, it's still like kind of like, wow, like really, really like took us back, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fantastic story, really. Isn't
Yeah, it's
it?
wicked, man.
Also at that gig there was a lot of local bands. Obviously it was a local gig. Sort of the likes of Candid and Mara Ford and whatever. How do you think the Coventry scene is at the moment? 'Cause
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's lots of really, really high quality Coventry bands, and you know, we've been on the Cov scene for 5 years, and we've seen a lot of bands come and go, and they've been really good bands. But it seems like right now there are like a really good amount of really good Cov bands all like around at the same time, which is like amazing. Like, it's such a nice environment to be in, because as well as being really talented musicians, they're all just lovely people as well. So, you know, you turn up to gigs and it's like just hanging out with your mates as well. Like, it's really, really cool. And like, also finding new bands, like one of the bands there, Athens, I don't think we'd ever performed with before. And amazing, absolutely awesome. Like, if they were on at Glastonbury this year, I would have been like, yeah, fair enough. Like, you know, they deserve it. Like, they're really, really good. So yeah, like, it seems like a really good time at the moment for like Coventry music. So,
Well, you guys, as you said, you've been around for like about 5 years now, which is a sort of a long time on the grand scheme of things.
Henry's getting old.
I am getting old, yeah, a bit too old for being in a band.
Well, obviously, I saw on your Twitter page, because doing my research,
Yeah.
it was on the pin tweet about when Easy Knowing was released. I actually noticed that there was a lot of support for sort of local brands / sort of enterprise on there. There was Fargo Village, positive outlook, both local sort of schemes / brands that are going on. How did you get involved with them, and do you like to keep a sort of close working relationship with local companies like that?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we actually shot part of the video, so the bit of the video with like the moth in the background, that was actually shot at Fargo Village. So it was really kind of them to give us permission to use a space that they were currently like in between shops. So somebody had just moved out of the space, and there was a new sort of company looking to move into that space, so it was vacant. And they were basically were just like, yeah, you can use it. And we're like, wicked, yeah, get in there. So yeah, absolutely. And like, well, it was quite funny actually, because on the day, everyone had said to turn up in like a black top essentially, and I'd come in like a green t-shirt. So I was like, damn, like I've like messed this up for everyone. So yeah, I popped over to Positive Outlook and like bought one of their tops, and they're really nice to be fair. Like
they're a great bunch of guys. Yeah,
really,
and they're expanding
friendly
too, so it's not just us that think so.
I've seen a lot of people wearing that sort of
and it was really nice of them to like share our video and all the rest of it. So yeah, I mean, we like to sort of help other local people where we can, and obviously like are really grateful when other people who are local help us. So no, it's lovely.
Yeah. Well, good to see that it's sort of blossoming in Coventry.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of Easy Knowing, as I just mentioned, that song was your last single, so onto the music side of things now a bit.
Yeah.
Released in April. Despite being your latest release, that song has got the most streams of any of your songs out on like Spotify.
Yeah.
And obviously you've been around for 5 years, but that's sort of that growth has been in a couple of months, really. You know what I mean? So, how important is that sort of in maintaining your motivation for carrying on growing as a band? And
I mean, we're all about the Facebook likes, really. It's what keeps us going.
2,500.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's obviously nice to see like a good reaction from people when we release new music and see that it's getting a lot of listens. I think we were quite late to the Spotify sort of game. Like we kind of focused initially a lot on like YouTube, and I think with Easy Knowing we were like, God, we need to like try and get people onto our Spotify where like our tracks are, because a lot more people are using that. So I think we gave it more of a push to like get people to listen to our Spotify, and it seems to have worked.
I think we will even more so with the new stuff.
Yeah, and we've got
it's now become sort of the epicenter of music, hasn't it? Spotify. It's transitioned completely, streaming totally.
Yeah.
And we're going to really try and sort of attack it as we can.
And do you think at all, apart from your push for Spotify listeners, that Easy Knowing has just become your most listened to song because it's your best song, or because you're more widely known these days?
I think best song's really hard for us, because I think individually we'd all probably like have different favourite songs that we've made anyway.
You'll have to ask the people that question.
Yeah, it's kind of one of them. It's like if you ask us individually what our favourite song is, we'll all answer differently for different reasons. But if it's our most popular song from like people that are listening to us, then great. Especially as it's our latest song, it kind of shows that we're heading in the right direction creatively. Yeah. So
it was a good song.
Thank you very much.
I want to delve a bit into the history of the band now. Henry, from my understanding, you joined the band after being spotted by everyone else, apparently.
Yeah, so I played this like basically I also went to Coventry University, and I did geography of all things. And I used to play solo acoustically as well. So before I met the band, I just did sort of singer-songwriter stuff. And me and a friend used to sort of go around town together and like swap and change gigs. Anyway, he called me up because he double booked himself, and he was supposed to be playing 2 gigs at once. So it's like, can you take one of them? So I was like, yeah, sure. So I turned up at this school and played a few songs, not really thinking of anything of it, and kind of went home early. And then later that day, I got a message being like, hey, do you want to join our band? And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot, kind of thing. And just turned up, not really like knowing what to expect. And then obviously met these guys, and I was sort of blown away really by their ability, because these guys are like 3 years younger than me. So I was like, I'm like 4. All right, 4 years older than me. I like to say 3. Oh, younger than me. And I was kind of like, thinking, they won't be very good because they're younger, and like they were way better. They're way better than I will ever be. So like it was put me in my place. That's for sure.
Well, when you joined the band, was it sort of easy to get integrated, and were you sort of nervous to sort of get along with the guys? And how did it work? How long did it take for you to sort of?
Do you know what? It's one of those things. It's so long ago. I think it kind of was relatively instantaneous. I think we just got on with it really. I think we all just like understood the music and just went for that, and then like the friendship sort of developed alongside that really. I think initially, we wouldn't necessarily meet up outside of a musical sort of. It would just be like band practice gigs, and that was it. But now it's kind of a bit more chilled out. Like we'll meet up and watch videos and go to the pub or whatever. But like, I think initially it was kind of just music focused. But
purely because we couldn't go to the pub at that age. So,
yeah, that's also true.
It would look weird if you took us to the pub.
Yeah, valid point.
Yeah, well, thank goodness it worked. That's you got where you are now. Sorry. Now, obviously, over your 5 years, you must have played a lot of gigs. So my next question is: has anything ever gone wrong?
Oh yeah.
All the time.
The better question
All
is,
the time.
when has something gone right?
Yeah. So, as well as gigs, is there any sort of stories you have from, travelling to a gig on a bus or whatever? What's your worst story from?
I think if you're going to stick to travelling,
I've got one in mind immediately. You know what it is?
London?
You can say it, mate.
No, you can tell it. You're the one.
Okay, so
oh Jesus,
we're going to London to play just a bar in Chinatown. It's quite recently, actually, quite just a few months back, I think it was. And I'm travelling with Henry in his big red van. We get into central London. It's like gridlock traffic. Henry is particularly desperate for the toilet.
Oh no.
And in which case, anyway, sort of 15 minutes goes by. We're sort of about 20 minutes away from the venue.
Yeah.
So, and then he's just like, Harry, I'm going to have to go. So then we do a manoeuvre in the gridlock traffic where he sort of jumps over me into the back. I'd have to take over the steering wheel, jump onto the actual driver's seat.
Yeah.
And Henry just
found a bottle, essentially.
found a bottle in the back of the van. And
in
that
the
was it.
middle of like central London.
Oh,
yeah.
And then I think you like stalled the van at one
I stalled
point.
the van about 4 times.
He's not used to driving like a van. And then so I had to like.
Did it go everywhere?
No, I was pretty controlled. And then I had to hop back in the front and go.
He was just so much more relaxed. He was like, oh man, there we go. But that's probably the best story about getting to a gig we've got. So,
yeah, that was really quite bad.
Any from our gig? From playing music?
I mean, Saturday night. That was quite an iconic one, right?
Yeah, that's another one involving me. I decided to try and stand on a rally.
Amazing.
I tried to stand on. So we were doing our last song, and I was getting kind of quite into it. And for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to try and stand on this barrier that's at the front of the stage.
Oh, okay.
But it's like one of those sort of
railings.
It was like a railing, so there's not really much to stand on.
Yeah.
So I kind of just jumped onto it, and then just didn't keep my balance and just went straight forward. Luckily, I landed on Alex's dad rather than just a random person.
This was Fresher Fest.
This was Fresher Fest, and I completely took out Alex's dad, who was filming it at the time.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Might have some footage of that somewhere.
We'll send it over to you. We'll send you the footage.
Yeah, and then I kind of had to
Pop it in.
and then because I was on the floor, I didn't really know what to do, but I still had the last chorus to sing. So I
Carried
kinda,
on singing though.
sang the
Right.
last chorus amongst all of the crowd, and then threw the mic onto stage and just walked out the place because I started.
But it happens way more often than we would like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you'd be
It
surprised.
probably does to a lot of bands, but
Yeah.
at least you can act like you meant it. So anyway, on to a couple more light-hearted questions now, or one anyway. When you were younger, learning about music and sort of wanting to join a band, for each of you on your particular instruments, was there anyone, if you could pick one person who you remember sort of basing yourself on, or who you look up to for your certain instrument, who would it be? So, sort of for singing.
We'll start down here.
For guitars,
Yeah.
drumming.
I'm trying to think.
John, have you got one?
Yeah, my dad.
Really?
There'd always be guitars around the house, and mum and dad both play, but they're sort of what's the word? Recreational guitar players. They don't play it in a focus where they just play it because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I took to it because of Dad. Yeah, he just showed me stuff as I gradually got big enough to hold a guitar.
Yeah.
And my dad for me.
Yeah, I guess none of my family can sing, so it was a bit of a shock to me that it was even possible for me to be a singer of a band. But I guess initially when I was younger, one of the first bands that sticks out to me that I used to for the lyrics as well as the way it was sung was REM. I think they were quite a big band for me when I was younger.
Choice,
Yeah, I think they've got a lot of really different variety of songs, and I think interesting lyrics as well. So I think that kind of as when I was very young, I was very into them. So I think that was a start out band for me. But then also loads of others that I could mention, but I won't.
Not yet. Still thinking.
I'll do the same with Henry in terms of bands. Mine would be Foo Fighters and the Chili Peppers. So Nate Mendel and Flea would be my bass inspirations.
Bass-spirations. Yeah, so to be fair, I'd probably go Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters, Taylor Hawkins, because it wasn't until that I really when I really started listening to Foo Fighters songs, that's what really gave me the
brought you on?
The burning desire
to be in a band.
To be in a band kind of thing, yeah. But I mean, going from there, that was just like the very start, and then you start discovering, then you start going deeper and finding loads of different influences that have a massive impact on your career kind of thing. But no, yeah, I'd say Foo Fighters really got the ball rolling for me.
Yeah, it's a collective overall, obviously.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So finally, last question is: have you got anything in terms of releases or gigs that we can look forward to? Because we want to know about music. We can.
We've got new music coming.
Yeah, I mean,
if you stay here long enough, we're gonna play some.
Yeah, I mean, like we definitely have. What we've been doing at the moment is just songwriting and sort of making demos and stuff like that. It's been like between us, like what we've been working on. We kind of want to make our next single as big as we can possibly make it. So we're really kind of taking the time to make it right. So it might still be a few months until we even hint at
start next year is the sort of plan.
Yeah. So like
really go out with
but
it.
We want to make it big, so we're really taking the time with it. But yeah, hopefully it's going to excite people, and we hope that people will obviously enjoy it.
And then for gigs, we're playing at O'Neill's in Leicester at the end of October.
Yep.
And then we've got November 2nd, we're doing something with Catch-22 Promotions, which is us and Lunakiss, and a European band called Agoraphobia, really cool band.
And then 24th, isn't it? We're playing with Candid again.
24th
and
Candid
Free Galaxy, yeah.
And that's at Square One, the same place as Fresher Fest, so it'll be really fun.
Be good to do that one.
Yeah,
look forward to that.
Lots to look forward to.
Well,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
For being here.
No.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you.
Don't forget you can subscribe to the Indie Room on YouTube, and you can follow us on Twitter at @the_indie_room. But from me and from the Ellipsis tonight, that's everything. So I'll see you later. Bye
bye. I was so nervous you were going to knock that off.
I thought I did it at one point.
My phone went.
But also, Alex, when you were clapping, you were like here, like.